Welcome to the High's Piazza project, Outside the Lines by Bryony Roberts Studio. And we're sitting here with Bryony, who's going to tell us about this wonderful project.
Yeah, it's so great to finally be here with you, Monica. So this project, Outside the Lines, is a sensory maze. It's a series of environments with different textures and colors and light effects. And the idea is that it creates a range of choice for visitors between more high-intensity social environments and also quieter, more sort of relaxing environments. And this idea of this range and these sort of textures came out of conversations with advocates and self-advocates for people with disabilities, both physical disabilities but also intellectual and developmental. And this sort of sensory dimension, the questions of stimulation and color and texture are really important for thinking through how an environment can be completely accessible but also fun and inviting for everyone. As designers, we think through the line as a very kind of fixed and static thing, and this is an interest in lines as felt and experienced things that also move in the wind. The other dimension of it is that with these interviews with advocates and self-advocates, it was so clear how much there are these lines drawn in public spaces between those with disabilities and those without disabilities, and there's a kind of segregation in terms of activities and spaces that are made for one or the other. And it's so meaningful to create environments that are really about integration and contact and socializing. And it's an opportunity for everyone to just sort of connect and share space.
Well, you have brought me to, I think, a perfect place to ask you about the way in which you work, which is one of the reasons why we wanted to work with you here at the High, because of your research-driven practice and the ways in which you engage communities in order to actually make the things that you do. So could you tell us a little bit about the community engagement process?
Sure, yeah, and that's a really important aspect of all of my projects, and for me that's what makes the pieces meaningful, is that it feels like it emerges from a particular place and particular communities, that it's a process of collaboration and co-creation with people. It's not just coming from me, and particularly when I'm working in a space that's not my hometown, I really want it to be site-specific in that way. So for this project, it emerged from a body of research that I've already been doing in collaboration with a feminist architecture design group called WP Collaborative. And so continuing that, this was a process of collaborating with and having conversations with different community organizations in Atlanta that represent people with disabilities. So the Center for Visually Impaired, the Marcus Autism Center, Parent to Parent, the Georgia Council for Developmental Disabilities, many other groups, many individuals also who are wonderful, and either parents or self-advocates or artists who sort of work on these themes. Touch is so important for navigation and also for just excitement and interest. So, the seating, the netting, it all has this sort of interesting range of textures so that you can really sit down and explore these things and at different speeds, different paces over time.